don't continually make the same mistake over and over again.
Hello. Hi, Trey. How are you? I am just trying to make sure I am live where I'm supposed to be. Happy Wednesday, February 22nd. I always have to look at my calendar. There I am. So we are good to go. Sorry, I've got another runny nose today. We had a rainy morning and now the sun is trying to come out. But it's kind of sultry out. It's a little humid and warm. But I've been cold all day, so I did grab myself a cup of coffee for coffee and a card. That's very rare. I've usually stopped my coffee drinking by this time. So let me know what you've got next to you, what kind of beverage you're drinking. Usually I'm on my water this time of day. Today we're going to make a fun little card. It's really simple using, let's pull this out. Hi, Kim. Let me turn my camera around. Get all my junk out of the way here so it's not distracting. We are going to use this decorative border stamp, which I pulled out to play with this morning. And then since there's no sentiments on this, I grabbed my Something Fancy stamp set. These are both in the Stampin' Up. Hi, Sherry. Sherry's drinking water. Good for you. I try to drink 8 glasses of water a day, and I usually stop at about 4 or 5. I never make my 8, but I do try. Both these stamp sets are in the mini catalog, which it's live until April, the end of April. So if you don't have a catalog or a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to get one out to you. Just give me a holler, comment, or email me. You can email me if you go to my blog, theplaidpoodle.com. Y'all always forget which button to press. There we go. I'm in the corner now. If you go to my blog, or if you just go to leslie.stampinup.net, there's a contact me button, and you can press on that and email me, or it's Leslie at the Plaid Poodle. It's very simple email. I would love to get a catalog out to you. Also, we only have a few more days left for our celebration, which ends at the end of February. Stampin' Up! Added some new products. If I can pull the flyer out of my pile of stuff, or not. I had it from my class the other day, so it's probably in a different place. But also, if you go to leslie.stampinup.net and hit shop now, you can see all the celebration items. These are free items that you can get with a qualifying purchase. I made an order yesterday, and I'm going to try this Favored Flowers designer series paper. I'm not real keen on the flowers. They look like cabbage roses to me, and the deep jewel tones didn't really speak to me, but I think I'm going to really like the side B papers. So it looks like there's some fresh freesia and some petal pink, calypso coral, some more spring-like colors. So I'm going to try that. That was my free with purchase. Sherry drinks 1 cup of tea in the morning and then water all the rest of the day. I hear allergies are really bad right now. Is that what you're experiencing? I think so. I have a lot of just a runny nose. Nothing else. I feel fine. So I think it is. A lot of sinus congestion. So yeah. We've had a really mild winter. So I don't know if the stuff has really died that we're allergic to. Anyway, let's get back to our card. Here is the card. I went ahead and used one of these border stamps, this one, and I created a little wreath. Hi, Carol. I created kind of a wreath. They don't actually touch. I think, you know, when you're playing with these photopolymer stamps, you can manipulate them. I probably could have made it, see how I rounded that out and then rounded it again. I probably could have touched them, but I knew I was going to put my sentiment and my extra paper over that part so it wouldn't matter. Thank you, Carol. Let's see. So, like I said, very simple, but normally I do a this kind of fold. But this one, I had this sitting around on my desk and I thought, well, let's do a different fold. And this is just an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock cut at 4 1/4. So just cut right in half and it'll make 2 card bases. I always use thick Whisper White for my card bases because I like that extra weight on the bottom. Because when you add your fun things on the card front, it just kind of equals out. So that is my reasoning for using the thick basic white for my card base. I might have called it Whisper White. Did I call it Whisper White? Hi, Laura. How are you? Okay, and then the next layer measures 5 1/4 by 4, and I am using the Country Gingham. This is also in the new catalog. So cute. Just a bunch of different gingham patterns. Great for backgrounds. And this is petal pink. I chose the petal pink one because I wanted my flowers to be pink. So all we're going to do, I have another sample to show you at the end that I was in the process of creating, and then my clock ran out. It was 2 o'clock, so I had to go, but I'm going to share it with you at the end. So if you hang around the end, you'll see another sample made with a different one of the images from this stamp set. Okay, then we're going to do our stamped image, but I'm going to stamp first. My dog is making her little nest, whatever. Maggie, she likes to crawl under my desk. And I guess she's getting it just right. She's making a lot of noise. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Okay, I'm going to be using Stampin' Blend markers. And when you use Stampin' Blend markers, you always want to use your Memento Tuxedo Black ink. It's so that when you're coloring with the alcohol markers, the ink doesn't run. And we're going to do 2 of these, one on the top and one on the bottom. You know, I usually put my doggies up in their little area. I don't really kennel them. I kind of lock them in my master bathroom and then my closet is there, and they have a bed in my closet. And I usually do that. And I should have done that today. Okay, so I'm going to do this one up top. And then we're just going to turn it around. These stamps are pretty large, so they require a larger block. This is an eye block. Okay, and that's it. So then we're going to color that in real quick. I'll color as fast as I can. I'm using the Petal Pink and the Mint Macaron. This would also be cute for a portrait size, and then put your sentiment right in the middle right there. But I chose to do it horizontal. Alrighty. I am not going to pretend to be a fancy colorer, but on our Stampin' Blends, they come in combos of dark and light, so you get 2 markers in the set. And so I like to kind of go over an image with the darker one. See where the artist on the line art has given us like these little lines. So I'm just taking my darker Petal Pink and just kind of coloring over those lines that the artist kind of gave us. And then a little bit at the base, just to give it a little shadow at the base of the flower. And then I come behind it with the lighter marker and I just fill it in. And it gives it a little shading. You can go back. After we color all of these in, I'll go back a little bit and add maybe a little bit more. And there's these tiny little ones over here. I forgot this little guy over here. I'm just going back with the darker marker just to add a little more shading. I don't know if the camera picks that part up or not. Oh, here's a little guy. I think you can kind of see the shading. This is such a pale color that it's kind of hard. And then I do the same thing on the leaves. So I'm going to take the darker Mint Macaron and just kind of quickly go over these leaves, this little crease in the leaves, maybe at the base a little bit. And then my light one to fill in. Sorry, I have a hard time talking and coloring at the same time. Okay. So that is all the hard work. See how simple that was? And then we're just going to adhere this onto the card front. And I don't know if I said or not, but this one measures 3 3/4 by 5. So everything's just 1/4 of an inch smaller. And I got a little Sorry for the reach. I hate to stick my arm right in there, y'all, and then my face. I got a little out of the lines here, so I'm going to see if I can pick a little bit up out of it, but it's not going to bother me because it looks like, you know, art. It's not perfect. This is a color lifter. I don't know what it is. I think it's just alcohol, but I just kind of dop whenever I get out of the lines, and after that dries, it should clear up. Okay, next we're going to add our little strip. This is 3/4 by 5. And I'm just going to put that right in there in the middle. Okay, and then I just cut a 3/8 inch by 5, and I'm going to use my liquid glue on this. This is mint macaron. I just took a scrap just to have a little bit of extra color there. Be cute with a little ribbon as well, but I just used cardstock. Okay. Now for the sentiment, I'm using, I thought this one was really fun. Grateful for the everyday magic of you. We all have a little bit of magic in us, don't we? So I took a scrap of basic white, and again my memento. And I'm not going to be real careful stamping this because we're going to die cut the tag out. But I did pretty good there. I think sometimes I overthink it. Now these are the Something Fancy dies. They coordinate completely with this. So there's different dies for the different sentiments. Everything fits. Look at this little thank you right there on that hexagon. And then these are little, if you wanted to make a tag, they will add a fancy little punch at the top. But even if you didn't want the stamp set, these are cool. These are cool just for your sentiment tags. And I used the smaller one right there. Everything's getting ready to fall off my desk. All right, I'm going to grab a little washi tape, hold this in place, and my little fancy dancy mini Stampin' Emboss machine, and I think the Stampin' Fancy dies all work with the mini machine. Let's look. Something Fancy is what they're called. I like to call them Fancy Dancy. Yes. When you get your catalog, if there's a little emblem like this or a little icon, that means that all of the dies in the set will work with the mini machine. And this mini machine here, this blue one, is exclusive for new demonstrators through the month of February. So when you join Stampin' Up, it's an option. You don't have to get it, but it's kind of fun. You can get the die cutting machine and $175 worth of product for, what is it, $129, I think. Now I've got to find out because I should know this. Yes, $129. And if you don't like the blue machine, you can get the white machine. But the blue machine right now is exclusive to new demonstrators. They gave old demonstrators a little window of time to order one. So of course I had FOMO and I had to get one. Not that I needed it or anything. Okay, did I get it straight? Yeah, good. All right, and then I just added a little black baker's twine. This is the, you get a pack of all the little basic colors. And I'm almost out of my black. Probably use the black and the white the most. I need a steamer because these things get curly. All right, and then I just put it kind of right there in the corner of the tag, and I used a little Stampin' Dimensional. I kind of squeeze it up so it won't show. I mean, not a Stampin' Dimensional, a mini glue dot. There we go. And then we can trim that a little bit. And then finally, I added some sequins. I thought it needed something in all that white space. All that white space was bothering me, I guess. So I used the pastel adhesive back sequins. And I used the pink ones, but I don't know if you can tell, they're kind of iridescent and they're kind of peachy as well as being pink. So they kind of go with my petal pink here. And I used 5. You can use as many as you want. I either used 3, but I just kept going on this one. You always kind of want to use an odd number. I guess it's more pleasing to the eye to use an odd number. That one right there. So that is the card. How fun is that? So simple. Kind of relaxing because you get to color it and then you can write whatever you want inside. And then here is the another card I was in the middle of making before I had to come on, using a different image. And I will add probably a bow onto that, but that is using this big old image right here. And I'll color it some blue. So be on the lookout on my Facebook page or on my blog, theplaidpoodle.com, and you'll see this finished card as well. But I was just kind of having fun playing with this set today. So thanks for joining me. I will be back. Actually, I think Monday my sister is coming. She lives in Canada and she is coming for a visit. So I'm going to be off on Monday. If I have the time, I will have a pre-recorded Make It Monday. So it won't be a live stream, it'll just be pre-recorded, and I will have an announcement on that as we get closer. So you all have a great rest of your day, and happy stamping. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.